Do you get bored when you are shedding? Now, Carl Jung made a statement that I absolutely love. He said, only idlers get bored. Now, in addition to being idle, there are other reasons why you are probably getting bored during your shedding time. I am going to break down a few of them coming up. Hello Saxo friends, Cajun here, the Sax Habit Coach, bringing you the best practice tips, tools, and ideas to help you as a beginner saxophone player develop the practice habits and routines to master your saxophone faster. Now, my purpose is to serve, motivate, and to inspire you. So if it's your first time here, hit that subscribe button and remember, tap that notification bell to be notified whenever I upload a new video on this channel. So why do you get bored when you are shedding, when you are practicing to play your saxophone? Now, there are many reasons, and today I'll share 7 of them and 7 antidotes that you can use to combat the boredom when you are practicing to play your saxophone. So why do you get bored? Number 1, your practice isn't structured. So each time you practice, there's no roadmap, there's no guide, there's no plan to follow. And when you practice, you just practice some random stuff. By the way, if you're a beginner saxophone player and you're seeking to level up your sax playing by learning to sight read, play any song by ear, learn all your 12 major and minor scales faster, and much more, then be sure to check out Sax Mastery Academy. Brand new community I've just launched for absolute beginners and beginner players. The link is in the description below. Number 2, you get bored because you have no goal. You have no system in place to chart your progress. Hence, you can't really measure your progress. And the saying goes, what gets measured gets done. Number 3, you're playing the same old song you've been playing for the last 3 months to a year. Nothing new is there. There's no novelty. And the newness has worn off just as it did after a few weeks of owning a new pair of shoes, a new piece of gadget, or a new saxophone. There's actually a phrase for that. It's called hedonic adaptation. Now, the brain craves novelty, and you need to at least give it some of that sometimes. Number 4, what you're really practicing doesn't interest you, and it doesn't click with your persona. What you're playing or practicing, you're doing it because everyone has a cover of it on YouTube, and you feel as if you might get a few clicks, a few views, a few likes, or maybe you'll go viral if you do a cover of it. It's not pulling your spirit. It's not drawing your soul. Now, if you check my channel, you notice that I do a lot of reggae, and that's because that's the kind of music that pulls me in, that pulls my soul, that draws me in, and that's why I keep doing it. And you'll see some ballads here and there and some gospel music and so on, but reggae is what pulls me in. So you have to find that genre of music that draws you in and play that. Number 5, it's not challenging enough. So that causes you not to get in the state of flow. It's this idea that researchers put forth that when you fall into the flow state, it's as if the world stops and it's just you and your sax. Not thinking about your next meal, the next social media post you're going to make. Now, to get into this state, you need to be working on that which is only about 4% more challenging than what you can now play on your saxophone, so that you can combat the boredom and keep the frustration at bay. Number 6, the material is too difficult. It's way above your play grade and you can't get it. It's like not being able to play Mary Had a Little Lamb flawlessly, but you take up Coltrane's Giant Step or the Hominy Book with Charlie Parker's transcriptions. Number 7, you've not practiced long enough to be consistent enough to get results that continues to push you to practice on a daily basis, and so you get bored. Now, in order to combat the boredom during your shedding time, you should, number 1, make a plan for how you're going to practice, when and where. By the way, you can download my free practice planner PDF that is in the description below. Number 2, you need a system to follow. Now, watching random YouTube videos on how to play the saxophone is like going to an all-you-can-eat restaurant. There are so many choices, but you're confused as to where to start. You might have eaten and you might have taken a few bites of some foods here and there, and Those bites were big bites and some other bites were small bites, but you were not necessarily filled and the meal wasn't necessarily nutritious. Number 3, add new technical exercises and new music to your repertoire during your practice session. Number 4, practice music that will benefit you and interests you the most, not what you think others want you to practice or what they want you to play. Number 5, challenge yourself at least 4% more than you are able to handle. Number 6, play manageable music. Not too easy, not too difficult. Manageable. Number 7, practice consistently and fall in love with the process of doing the same thing over and over again and again, like those scales, those arpeggios, those technical exercises. Now, question here, have you gotten bored in your practice session? Share with the community one tool or strategy that you used to combat boredom during your practice session. As always, guys, push play until something happens. Peace.